told you they knew. Robert Brooks, sound familiar? They knew. They've known. They always know. The cover-up's always worse than the crime.
And cuts all over his face, arms, legs. Those are just some of the listed injuries on Robert Brooks' autopsy report. MARCY Correctional Facility officers beat the grease man on December 9th. A court filing shows the medical examiner said his preliminary cause of death was asphyxia due to compression of the neck. The state is firing the 13 corrections officers and a nurse involved.
Are they? Are they going to give them a court date and throw their ass in prison?
The criminal investigation into their actions continues. News 10 NBC investigative reporter Jennifer Lukey learned other inmates are suing MARCY Correctional Facility and some of the very same corrections officers for abuse.
The same corrections officers. Shocking, it is not.
This man says he suffered a similar beating at the hands of corrections officers, and these pictures taken in the exact same infirmary where Robert Brooks was beaten. Adam Bauer had less than a year left on his sentence for a non-violent drug charge when he says corrections officers attacked him in a bathroom.
Look at this. Blood, gloves. And remember the Brooks, that case, individual? They were laughing at it. They were probably laughing at this too. We have still pictures. Pretty sure there's video somewhere. Release that for transparency.
At MARCY.
He was kicked and punched repeatedly. He sustained serious injuries. He had to have approximately 20 stitches to the top of his head. He was taken to the outside hospital.
The head injury, he says, caused by a metal clasp on a clipboard that was slammed over his head.
Remember when they said 20% of the inmates said that they hadn't seen anything like this or had this happen to them? They didn't want this to happen to them. That's why they said that. Keep your mouth shut and go along with the program. That way, they don't have to give you a beat down when the cameras are gone. The news cameras.
Some officers at MARCY seem to have the impression that they can engage in brutality against incarcerated.
They can. They've been getting away with it. Lord knows for how long they've been getting away with it. Imagine what was going on before there was cameras, and now there's cameras. They're still getting away with it because... So if this man here had died, then Robert Brooks would still be alive because they'd have figured this out. Was it 2020? About 5 years ago now.
Treated people without consequence. Mr. Bauer, my client, thought that he was going to die the day that he was assaulted by officers back in 2020. He feared for his...
And how many people listened to him? Where was the governor and where was the attorney general and all those people then? Nobody wanted to listen to it then. Wait, would it be because he was white? I mean, I don't know. No, he lived.
Life.
When he got out of prison, Adam Bauer filed a lawsuit against the officers and the facility. That suit is about to go to trial. One of the COs named in it is Nicholas Anzalone, also seen in the Brooks beating video.
You can't make this up. You really cannot make this up. And they said they didn't know. They didn't know. This is so horrible. No, you only know about what's going on now because Robert Brooks died.
No.
So the question for me is...
Let me guess. Now they want more cameras. We got to put more cameras. We got to get more people to work in the corrections field. We got to get more. No, they need to shut that whole thing down.
Is more, why did docs accept this for so long? And why did it undervalue and dismiss the value of so many people's lives up until now?
Because they don't care. They don't care. They don't have to deal with it. They don't care.
And what changes are needed to really address that in a true way, not in a flashy press moment?
Look. And look at this one smirking. This one just couldn't wait to kick him. Couldn't wait to hit him. And this one's standing back there. I need some more donuts. Smirking.
In a flashy
this is nothing new.
Moment.
On Monday, the governor visited MARCY. She spoke with inmates, named a new superintendent, will fund an independent investigation.
See that look on her face? Look on her face is like, holy shit. The word's getting out. I have to do something now. And this guy, of course, you're not going to be able to hear what they say. He's just walking and saying, okay, make it look like we're saying something important to each other. They're all full of shit.
And is expediting money for more cameras across the entire prison system.
I told you, more money for more cameras. Now we need more cameras. The cameras they had on, they didn't even activate. So is it going to be a rule now for the dumbasses in there to have a camera on? It has to be activated at all times. I think it should be live streamed 24 hours a day for everybody to tune into. In the prison, cops, sheriff's deputies, all of them. Taxpayers pay for it. We should be, and we pay for the storage. We pay for the equipment. We pay for the storage. We pay for all the people wearing them, the cars, everything. We should be able to see everything going on.
I'm wondering what you think of what the state has done so far in regards to the situation.
Now that this has become public, there's suddenly a big outcry.
Now that it's become public because somebody died, now what are we gonna do? I don't know. What are we gonna do? Let us think about it and we'll get back to you.
I have an interest in fixing the problem, and I believe it's genuine, and I'm glad that it's happened.
She believes it's genuine. It is not. It has been going... That last case was from 2020. It is 2025 now. Nobody want to listen to it. A man's dead. Now all of a sudden, well... Now they think they have to do something.
But to really fix the problem, we need to look deeper into who are the people running these prisons, who are the people working there, what is the culture that allowed this to occur. It's not just a question of rolling
Well, it looks to me like the inmates are running the asylum, just saying.
out some new policies on a day. It's a question of, will they be implemented, will they be followed, is there going to be cultural change that forces the end of these kinds of horrific acts.
Adam Bauer has been out of prison for several years now. He has a steady job. His son is getting ready to get...
So why did we not hear about him? Why didn't we get to see what happened to him? They need to find the footage and make it, put it on here on YouTube for everybody to see. They have still photos. They have to have the video. Why would they have still photos? If there's no... They had to get it from the video. We should see all of it.
Married, and he is looking forward to the future, a possible future that was taken away from Robert Brooks. Jennifer Lukey, News 10 NBC.
The autopsy details on Robert Brooks were part of a temporary extreme risk protection order that was filed by state police in Jefferson County, where one of the correctional officers involved lives. That order was filed to remove any firearms from his home.
Of the more information coming out about this correctional facility in New York, I told you they knew. You know they knew. This is only coming out because Robert Brooks died.
Tonight, for the first time, the governor is calling for the arrests of correction officers involved in the brutal beating of an inmate at MARCY Correctional Facility.
That investigation now being led by Onondaga County District Attorney Bill Fitzpatrick, who was appointed today as the special prosecutor in the case. His assignment, the result of the state attorney general recusing her office from the Brooks investigation because 4 of the correction officers accused of his beating already being represented by her lawyers in pre-existing lawsuits again.
Who is surprised about that? So now we're up to 4 of these. Before it was 2, then yesterday was 3, now we're up to 4. I told you by the time it's over with, all of them. Look at him just standing. He got his hands on his hips. He can't even bother to shave. We got no standards. These, they're like, look away, look away. That way we say, we can say we don't know what's going on over here. And then this, Mr. Dunkin' Donuts, and this one, I think that's the sergeant looking to make sure that his boys are doing what he's told them to do. It's total bullshit.
It's them. It's a common role for the AG's office.
While we are confident...
This is difficult to watch. It looks like she's trying to read a teleprompter. She sounds as dumb as she looks.
...in the firewalls set up between the Division of State Counsel and the Office of Special Investigation, even the possibility or mere appearance of a conflict could tie up a potential prosecution in lengthy legal...
Could tie up a potential prosecute. Quit exaggerating every single word. How about just shut up and go away?
challenges, or get a potential prosecution outright dismissed.
She sounds like she's just learning how to read.
Now, those existing lawsuits, the result of similar accusations by other inmates. News Channel 9's Andrew Donovan talks with a woman whose agency flagged similar worries at this facility years ago. And another
Years ago.
reminder, the video of the attack is hard to watch.
I know YouTube's going to give me an age restriction on this one too, but here we go.
Most people are just coming to terms with the treatment of inmates at the MARCY Correctional Facility, but it's not new information to people who've served time there.
MARCY really did stand out as among the most extreme in terms.
Executive Director, Correction Association of New York. Tell me for one damn minute that her dumb ass didn't know what was going on. The look on her face is she trying to figure out how she's going to keep her ass out of jail.
In terms of the number of people who alleged having experienced or witnessed violence or mistreatment.
On this week's edition of Newsmakers, the executive director of the Correction Association of New York is opening up about her agency's visit to MARCY just over 2 years ago. An interviewed inmate recalls being told this is a hands-on facility.
It's almost as though the staff member who said this to this individual took pride in working at a facility that uses violence.
They do take pride in it. They stood around and watched and laughed. And then two medics, I don't know, one nurse, whatever the hell they are, showed up and they peeked in and they laughed too, but only one of them had any repercussions.
Making the footage of Robert Brooks' deadly beating,
This
while
is
shocking,
nothing new to these
not
people.
surprising to the director.
I was also struck by
Look, standing around and he got his hand in his pockets like, and this was peeking around and they're just standing there looking. Not one of these people said, what the hell is going on? What are you doing? Stop. And had any of them arrested. It's the brotherhood.
the number of people who were
Look at this one smirking. This is just ridiculous on every level.
involved and standing around watching.
And this one right here, Mr. Baldy, Mr. You knew shit was going to go down, cause I think I'm a Mr. Tough Guy, I shave my head, exert my authority. He needs to be under the prison.
And almost looking normal. Smirking in some cases, almost seeming to crack jokes.
There were. The only issue is we can't hear what they were saying. That would make it even worse.
No one seeming to stand up and say, this doesn't seem right, guys.
Look at this one. This one waiting on his Dunkin' Donuts from Uber Eats. This is just Mr. Sergeant here. Mr. supposed to be the one in charge, the smarter than everybody. Give me a damn break.
What are we doing here?
She says this violates her belief that people are sent to prison as punishment, not for punishment. In Syracuse.
Now, think about, you think this does not stop, as I said, in the confines of these walls. I would hope that they would interview past wives, past girlfriends, current wives, current girlfriends, see what kind of paper they're on in the court system, because this right here, and they know they're being recorded. Either they're too dumb to know it's on standby mode and it's recording video but not audio, or they know and they've gotten away with it for so long, this is just routine for them. It is ridiculous. Anyway, let me know what you think about it in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know what's up. Let me know what you think. Thank you for stopping by, and I will see you on the next one.
Andrew Donovan, News Channel 9.
As a result of its report released 2 years ago, the association requested the state do a formal investigation of the concerns at MARCY. The group doesn't know if that ever happened.
2 years ago. The group doesn't know if it ever happened. It's like, we'll just start some shit and we'll let y'all take care of it, and we'll, whatever happens, happens. Don't even know. They don't. That's how much they care. They don't care. They don't know. They don't care. Anyway, let me know what you think.